Right? Wrong sport. Wrong sport. Ready?
You can't sit Jenny there because it's such a shoulder. Go like that. Ready? Who's this? What? Who's this? You, Jay. Go ahead. Jay.
Can we just have everybody sit down? I mean, let's.
Okay, I'm sorry. Ready? Okay. This is like, you look like in the commercial.
What commercial?
The beginning of your commercial.
She looks like she's sitting in her office.
We're going to hide her ship. Come on. I know we're going to stay on each other's space.
We're going to respect each other's
You
space.
like that picture or no? No. Okay. One more. Ready? That's so weird. What do you want me to do? Ready?
We're going to go ahead and get started in just a few minutes. So I'll ask everybody to take a seat, and for those included in the press conference, if you'll come on up to the dais.
The dance.
Dais? You know what a dais is?
The dance.
The dais.
Dance.
This is a dais.
Professional.
I got the best seat in the house,
Come on, honey.
right next to Christina.
I took a picture like this.
That's tough. It's a tough
Why
one.
you do some meat to us? I get to sit by you too. We got this. They're cheerleaders. You want to see those? What is the problem?
Really?
We're stunning. Brought out a cheer.
Band? Is band's coming? Drum line?
Tried it. I wag your drum line. Travel everywhere with just
Yeah, they do.
5 drums. We're good.
Yeah, I went to a second round playoff game at Corpus. He brings the whole drum line in Corpus. Where's Gregory? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't let us have the drums in here. It's tough. Gotta get it when we can get it.
I have to wait on my cue. Good? Okay, all right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this rainy afternoon. I know it's not our favorite time to drive in San Antonio because we're not used to it, but we'll take rain any day. I'm Jenny Carnes, President and CEO of San Antonio Sports, and we are thrilled to have you here today for a pretty big announcement for us. And we'll get to that in a minute, but I first want to start by thanking NISD and the athletic program for hosting us today and hosting the event that we will talk about here in a moment. I like to start every time that I get to speak in front of a group or at a press conference reminding our community what our mission is, and that's to transform San Antonio through the power of sport. And our announcement today certainly will be a transformational impact on some young kids here in San Antonio and the surrounding area. I know we're in the thick of football season right now, but there's a little hint of basketball in the air, is there not, coaches? I have a lot of friends that coach high school basketball in San Antonio, and I love seeing their first day of practice posts on social media every year, and I can feel the excitement and their butterflies talking about the upcoming season. So I wish all of you the best of luck this year. I know it's going to be an exciting year for San Antonio and the area in high school basketball, but I think we're also excited about the Spurs home opener tomorrow. I know we all are, right? And this guy named Wemby and what he might bring to the community. So looking forward to a great basketball year for everybody. San Antonio Sports is excited to announce an expansion of our All-Star football game into what will become a series. It's kind of like a rivalry. It's still a little too early to call it a series, but we're excited to announce the addition of a day of basketball that will culminate the basketball season right here in this beautiful facility on March 24th. And I want to give you a little background on our high school all-star football game. If you're not familiar with that, we've hosted it for over 10 years in the Alamo Dome. And that event is not new to San Antonio. It's been in this community for over 45 years. The Kiwanis Club started it. In the beginning, it was handed down to Kids Sports Network. We adopted Kids Sports Network, a smaller nonprofit, over a decade ago, and along with KSN, the All-Star football game was brought into our family. And what we did was take that game to the next level. We moved it out of the month of May. We followed the high school football season. We brought it to the Alamo Dome. We partnered with the All-American Bowl, which is the national game. We brought a broadcast partner into the family. We put it on TV. And this past January, we broke an attendance record for San Antonio sports for that event and had over 22,000 people in the Alamo Dome watching high school football. And for a long time, I've had this goal for my favorite sport of basketball. And every year, I know everybody in this room knows David Castro, but we meet with our area athletic directors. We feel a part of all that they do for this community. They invite us to their meetings every month, which we're grateful for all the things that we do for San Antonio. But every time we talk to them, they ask us, when are you going to do another sport beyond football? And basketball surfaced to the top first and foremost. And ideally, our vision down the road is to really create a series around this and to bring on other sports. But if you know me well, I'm a sports junkie, but basketball is in my heart. And so I wanted to start with basketball. And David Castro is probably one of the better things I've done in my career was hire him for the 2018 Final Four. And we were able to keep him on staff after the Final Four concluded. And one of the first things he brought to the organization was, when are we going to expand the All-Star football game into basketball? So we've been dreaming about this for a long time. COVID caused us to put it on the shelf and some other things that we've added into our portfolio. But we felt like this was the right time to do this. And I think it mirrors where San Antonio high school basketball has become. May not have the history that football does in the city, but the future is bright and we are close behind in the sport of basketball. So we are really excited about this day. I've been waiting on this for a long time. So on March 24th, we will showcase 120 athletes. For the first time, and this is one of the most important reasons I wanted to add this event, is we will be able to include girls' games and not just football boys. So we will feature female athletes for the first time. We will have 8 teams, 4 games. We will keep the same format as our football game, call it Team Black, Team Gold. There will be 2 sessions right here in this building throughout the day. You can't get enough basketball that day. So in the afternoon, we will feature a girls and boys game, 1A through 4A to include private schools. In the evening, we will have girls and boys as well for 5A and 6A. And I love this. In between the 2 sessions, we will be hosting an all-star skills challenge and a 3-point shootout, very much like the NBA All-Star Weekend. One of the things that was really important to this process for us, that we keep the integrity of how we select our all-stars. And we do this for our football game, so it will be no different from basketball. We have and will select a high-level selection committee comprised of media representation, former coaches, former athletic directors, and those that really know this game very well. It is not a public nomination process. Only coaches from San Antonio and the area can nominate their players, and then our selection committee will go through and keep the integrity of who we select, showcase, highlight, and recognize on March 24th. So as I said, similar to football, we'll divide it Team Black, Team Gold, and the way we divide the team, it's not geographically or the teams. We do it based on the past 4 years of winning percentages. We've found that to be really important in the way we do our football game. It has created a very equal competition year after year. We're seeing some really good games in the Dome, so we know that that will be the same for basketball. Tickets will go on sale in late January, so stay tuned for that. And different from the Dome, and I kind of love this, we're going to sell out in this building. not as many seats as the Alamo Dome. So we're going to create some demand, we're going to create some excitement, and I think this venue will be an incredible atmosphere and we'll be rocking with a full house on March 24th. Really excited to announce a broadcast partnership with KSAT 12. And Ashley Parker, I don't see her in attendance, but the general manager at KSAT, it was really important, very much like football. There she is, perfect timing, walking down the stairs. Ashley Parker from KSAT, she saw the vision when we presented this to her team, and they know the value of high school athletics and high school sports. What they've done with the KSAT Pigskin Classic the last 2 years is only going to continue to grow, and I know that this will too with their partnership. So all 4 games and the Skills Challenge and the 3-point shootout will be broadcast on KSAT, and that's important for the families and the friends and the supporters of the schools that maybe cannot be here on March 24th. And I want to take a moment to thank Ashley and the team, and what a commitment that is to San Antonio sports, that y'all would take what could potentially be a day out of NBA broadcasting in the heat of the NBA season to do local broadcasting. So thank you, Ashley. I would also like to recognize some of our supporters and sponsors that have already come on board: HEB, Frost, Coca-Cola, Taco Cabana, TSAOG, and Crisis Performance. I do see Crisis here today. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our facility host. Northside has long time been great partners and great supporters of San Antonio sports. We do so many events next door at the Northside Swim Center. Unfortunately, Athletic Director Stan Lang went home under the weather this morning, but representing Assistant Athletic Director is Jay Govan.
Thank you, Jenny, and to David and their team. You know, it's been awesome as we got to this point and being able to work alongside them. And, you know, our partnership, not just with this event, but with all events together, I mean, it's like we're a family almost. And basically, you know, their mission and our mission is for the kids. And this is just another example of how we can give these kids another opportunity to be showcased, not just in front of their parents and their communities, but, you know, now we're going to broadcast it to our city and then people outside of the city. So we're so grateful to have this facility to not just host this basketball game, but to also host even other events. And so, like Jenny said, you know, we're hoping that we can fill this gym up with fans and communities just to showcase this place and showcase, most importantly, these kids and the skills that they can do. You know, as we were going through this process, you know, we've got input from our coaches to really think, okay, what should we do and what this is all about? And then as we worked alongside Jenny and David and their team, you know, now, hey, here it is. And so it's going to be a special opportunity for us. So we thank you all.
Thank you, Jay. And, you know, you touched on something I missed. This is an opportunity for our kids to be seen one last time by college coaches. And we see that during our football game every year. And not only to recognize them and celebrate them in their last game ever with their high school peers, but to give them another chance to maybe go on and play at the next level is one of the main reasons why we do this. So it's my honor to get to announce the inaugural coaches of our 4 games. We have many of them up here on the dais right now, but I'll start with Team Black. Coach Rudy Bernal from Antonian. Coach David Farber from Lavernia. Coach John Hurst from Reagan. Coach Rihanna Morgan from Clark. And Team Gold, Coach Bruce Bowen from TMI. You might recognize that name. Coach Christina Camacho from Judson. Coach Dakota Cowgill from Brennan, and Coach Amy Reedy from Bernie High School. Representing this group of 8 coaches, I think we had 4 make it and represent at the state level last year, which is pretty incredible for San Antonio. So this is fun, a fun treat for you now. So turn your attention to the video screen for a special message from San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer and Spurs legend, Bruce Bowen. He could not be here today, but he wanted to send a message and be here in spirit.
Well, I think it's an honor to, first of all, be a part of something quite like this, this first inaugural All-Star basketball high school game. There are different things that I have passion for, and this is definitely one of them. Anytime we get a chance to impact kids and really put the spotlight on San Antonio and all the talent that we have, I'm glad that I can be a part of this. I think San Antonio has tremendous talent. I don't understand why we don't get as much recognition, but I can guarantee you this is going to be a treat for those who are in attendance. Well, some of the things that I appreciate about coaching kids is the opportunity to give them some of the great lessons that I've been able to receive from one of our own, Greg Popovich, as well as the training staff and the players that I've played with. As we continue on in the game of basketball, it doesn't change from the standpoint of the fundamentals. And so as long as we can continue to impart the fundamentals of what this game is to our youngsters that's playing, I think that gives them an opportunity. I also understand that I have a voice with the youngsters today because of what I've done in the past. So if I have a voice, and I was pretty successful in the past, then why wouldn't I want to be a part of something like this? So it's about passing things on, and we have a host of other coaches that may not have played the NBA, but they still have quite a bit of knowledge to give to our youth today, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of them as well. A fantastic experience for the kids that are involved. And I want them to, in a selfish way, say something like this. So the following year when it's done, well, Coach Bowen was really fun. I heard a lot of great stories, but I'm not getting those great stories from these guys.
I'm sure Bruce is preparing for the home opener tomorrow night. It is now my pleasure to introduce a friend of mine and to hear from one of our coaches on what this experience might be like. So as I give a little bit of your background, Coach Tina Camacho, if you'll come on up. Coach Camacho is beginning her third season as head girls basketball coach at Judson High School. In 35 seasons of coaching, how old are you?
14.
She has an overall record of 762 and 277 losses. That's incredible. As head coach at Wagner High School, she led the Thunderbirds to the state tournament 4 times in 11 seasons. At Veterans Memorial High School, her teams went to the state 4A final, and 2 years later, she returned as a 5A state semifinalist. Please welcome Tina Camacho.
First of all, thank you for that introduction, and thank you for this opportunity. It's just, when I got the call, it's amazing what you're doing for the city and you and your staff, so thank you so much. They asked me to speak a little bit about what I think our experience is going to be. A lot of people don't know, I am a product of Northside. I was a freshman at Marshall, and then they built Clark. And then I ended up going over there and graduating from there. And then I played at UTSA. I was the first walk-on their first team. I don't think they had scholarships back then, so everybody just walked on. But proud of that. So in my 36 years of coaching, I've got to witness just the change of girls basketball. I mean, and everybody knows that going through athletics, it's you're going to come out a successful, not just an athlete, but a young lady in our programs. And just an example, I had a kid in my office the other day, and I asked her, do you want to go play at the next level? And she's like, no, coach, I just want to be an athlete here. I want to play basketball. I said, well, what do you want to be? She says, I want to be a psychologist. And I said, well, you're going to be a very successful psychologist because you are going through athletics. You are going through obstacles every day. You have accountability thrown at you, responsibility. And so the challenges that our athletes go through when they graduate, and that's what we preach at in all the athletic programs that I've been at and gone through. they're going to be successful young women. So with this opportunity to see just how much basketball has evolved here in San Antonio, and with this All-Star game, it's incredible, and I truly appreciate this opportunity, and anything that I can do once I retire just to keep helping this game is I love what I do. I have a great boss. And it's just, this is just rewarding. It really is, and I can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. And I'm sure everything you just mentioned, I'm sure resonates and rings true with all of the coaches behind me. I would love for all of you to speak, but we all have other things to do today. So to finish, excuse me, I want to take a moment to talk about the trophies that will be handed out at the end of each of our 4 games here in this building on March 24th. In keeping with the tradition of our high school all-star football game, that championship trophy at the end of that game was named after the legendary and late George Pasterchek in year 1. And we're, what, David, 46 years of this game coming up in January. So it was important for us to keep with that tradition and to name our trophies in perpetuity. So in no particular order or format, I'm going to start with the boys trophy for 5A, 6A game will be named after Rudy Bernal. For the boys 4A through 1A, including private schools, that trophy will be named after legendary coach from East Central, Stan Bonowitz, who is also in the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. For the girls 5A, 6A game, that championship trophy is named after Coach Treva Corrales from Judson. And for our smaller girls game 4A through 1A, including private schools, that trophy will be named after Coach Christina Camacho. I think she saw it on my script. So that concludes today's press conference. Thank you all for being in attendance. We are really excited about this event and know that it's going to continue to grow and evolve with our great partnerships. Northside, thank you again for hosting us today and for hosting us in March. And I will leave it up to our friends from the media that are here today. If y'all want to interview any of our coaches in attendance and one-on-ones, y'all stay if you can for a few minutes. But again, thank you for being here, and we'll see you back here March 24th.
Was that your shin?